Hey everybody, how's it going? I finally have a bit of an update here. I'm going to do a quick one. This is so thumbs up to Psychedelic Babe for basically getting me another 10 or 12 subscribers. A whole bunch of people after her thing. All of a sudden my email was popping up, one after another. I'm like, hey, what's going on? So then I checked her videos out, and then I saw the comments from you guys saying, hey, it's a great tank and all that kind of good stuff, and from Psychedelic Babe. So thanks to you. That's cool. Love to get it up over to 100 or 1,000, 10,000, who knows. It's all about sort of doing a video chronicle of this. Um, Needless to say, I don't want to say money pit because I love it, but it's amazing how much time this does take to set up. I figured bigger was easier, and I guess it probably is later, but to set up, not so much. It's long, lots of stuff, lots of things can go wrong, and I've done stupid things. I've done some okay things, but for the most part, it's going to be awesome. It's the journey, right? So, anyhow, let me throw you over to. I'm just going to do the big thing that was waiting for quite some time was the ATO system and the mixing station, because of the fact that it has been sort of the bane of the messiness in this room. So I'll show you my temporary ATO system that I've had for a while here, and I've been using basically tap water in it with Prime. The water out here in Calgary is actually really good. A lot of the guys say you don't even need RO, but I had a tank a bunch of years ago, and I had a bad RO. I should have had an RO system during a bad algae bloom. We had a flood in the city, and they put all kinds of stuff in the water, and long story short, algae central. So, but anyway, here's my makeshift ATO. This is what this video is about. I'll just do a quick video of the tank. I'll do some other videos to sort of segment this a little bit more than I like the idea of how most people do their videos in chunks of different things. So it's tough. There's been lots going on since the last update. Done a ton of stuff. So here's my amazing. I'll do a flyby the tank here. Pardon me if it's on iPhone. Eventually I'll maybe get better with these videos. Maybe. I don't know. But this is the tank now. Beware of the algae, because it did take off pretty bad. But this is where we're at right now. Just do a quick overview. I always find the blues are tough, so I'll crank up the. Let me just crank up the intensity here for a bit. Makes it a little bit better. That one just wants to turn down for some reason. So you can kind of see. I'll turn off the F lock there. It is actually quite a bit better. It was worse, believe me. But I got a lot more blennies in there. I have a sea hare, which you've seen in a previous video. There's urchins, lots of crabs, lots of turbos. It was quite long. I find this stuff is kind of weird though, because it's getting thicker, I find, but shorter. But guys are hammering. This thing was absolutely covered. But now it's actually getting a bit better, so I don't know if this video is coming through very well, but got some porites in here, a couple things. But I'll do a segment on the tank itself later on. Here's my ATO. Extra blankets. It's the extra blanket ATO, I guess. Or this could be a bucket from the garage that I found. It was the only one. It was the first one I grabbed. So I've been filling this up, tap water, priming it, putting some prime in there and just mixing it, and sort of letting it go. So I'm a siphon, and I'm sure you remember my sump. I put an automatic light in there, which is kind of cool. And I've just been dripping it into the tank through one of these little guys. So I mean, it's been fine. It's been doing its job. But as you can see, there's a few more things going on in the underneath. This used to be my GFO and carbon, and then I took it out and ran I got some pellets going in there to help with the algae and all that kind of good stuff. But again, like I said, we'll get another video of that. So that's my previous ATO, which is technically still doing its thing right now, but it's about to be switched over because I've got the room set up finally. On the other side, you can see my float switches down here. These are going to be the ones that will be triggering off the apex to turn on my the ATO. There's a high one and a low one. The low one, obviously, it's submerged right now. I just haven't set them. They're just a magnetic switch, basically, is what it is. So the low one will turn the ATO on, and if it fails, the second one beside it will be the one that will take over and shut everything off on the Apex. That's how I've got it programmed. And I'll also do an Apex video, because I know there's probably a lot of people out there that were like me, pretty much terrified. It stayed in the box for quite some time. I didn't want to pull it out because I heard the horror stories. But to be honest, once you start fiddling around with it, it's actually not that bad at all. But it definitely takes time. I'm still by no means an expert with it, but I've got lots of programming stuff I got to put in, and also set up how the alarms are sent, and because I was getting alarms on everything basically. So, but that's my. I'm sure you remember the magnetic doors. So I did these things, and I actually got a light from IKEA. This little light right here. Not sure if that's focused on there or not. Doesn't really want to focus for me. That's the sensor for it. That's the light there. It's an LED strip. You gotta see. Hope you can see. I'm doing that freehand. Anyway, there's an LED strip in there, and it's got a couple sensors on it. So as soon as I go and put this bad boy back together on the cabinet, the light, as you can see, turns off. So that's kind of neat. I've also got the fans now set up on a timer. At first I was going to get a humidity sensor in there, but I actually just got the one. These two fans over here aren't even doing anything, but this fan right here is set up through the Apex. But anyway, we'll get back to that. I'm going off topic. So let's go to the ATO room. I'm going to cover this because the room's a mess. So this is still being tested. We had a leak. This tank, Evil, had a leak at the bulkhead at the bottom. I think it was the threading going into the unit. Just needed to be cranked, but it was one of those things because it's reverse. It gets cranked one way, one the other way. Anyway, long story short, let's just say that this whole room was kind of underwater after I let the ATO go through the night. You can still see the stain. And it's a little bit dark in here, but that's the RO system on the wall over there. So that is running a feed line, as you can see, comes down to a T right here. That one T goes to my saltwater mixing tank, the other one goes to the ATO. And this one runs right into here. You can actually hear it dripping in there right now. And then the other one goes around back the furnace, because this room is so damn small, dripping into here. And it's actually feeding in here right now. And then I've got pumps, external pump in here. So basically that's just gonna just cycle this around and around and around. It's gonna go down here, up, and dump back in. So it's just gonna be cycling once this is all filled with salt. So this will be my water change tank. This is my ATO tank. And then I've got a spout here just for, I can put a quick connect hose on that because I've got my QT system also set up here. It's pretty dark in here, not gonna lie. I'll get better lighting when I do the QT stuff. But I say water, electric, water, electric, water, electric. It'll be fine, hopefully. So I got a cover for the fish tank quarantine, and then this is gonna be frags. From what I understand, they don't generally jump out of the tank, so we should be okay. Jumping corals, I guess that would be probably big money. But so we got a little, basically a little sump built into this tank. So this will be an overflow, goes down through there, do the usual. I'm gonna fill this portion up with rock, and then whatever media is I put in there, and then I'll get some kind of a Kessel light or something like that. And then down here it'll just be, it's pretty dark, holy smokes. It will just be the fish tank, so I'll probably just put a regular, just a box style fluorescent light. So yeah, so I've got these lines. I've got this line coming out of the ATO right here. The pump's going down into here, it's in the bottom, and the line goes all the way into the other room. It's about 26 feet or so. Ran tests on both, no leaks anywhere, yay. That's always good. You can see the pump, the pipe right there is coming from this tank, which goes around the back of the furnace. Hopefully I never have to replace the furnace, but everything I've got it set up so I can pump out and detach, and we got a sewer in this room right here, so I mean all that stuff will be good. I can drain these at any time. It's not going to be running all the time, but it's all going to be pretty easy to fire up because I can just turn a valve. I can literally turn this one on, and same with the RTO, or sorry, the ATO. I can turn the valves on here, and then go down to back to the sump. And under the sump, there is the return right there from that room. So open right now, but I can shut that off, and that's the ATO line, the blue line, and that's where it's going to be filling up. So that's going to fill up in there. Sensor switches are over there. So that's my ATO system. I'm pretty happy about that because my old tank years and years ago, I remember what a pain in the butt it was to always be topping up water and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted automated, and I've got automated, and I'll actually do water changes is my plan, because now all I got to do is literally open 2 valves and flip a switch. So it'll just pump out. Well, I don't think I showed you that. So I got a pump right there, this big black ugly hose that's coming out of here. That pump is going to be pushing the water out. And it's also my emergency pump. I've got it on a switch in case there's an overflow problem. And it goes directly into the drain. It's pretty dark in there, of course, because everything's dark on iPhone. I'm going to get an iPhone 17, so when I understand, it's much better. But yeah, so inside there is the pump that goes straight to the drain. Just trying to get a light here. So yeah, so you can see where the black hose attaches into my drain line. Got a shut off on there as well. That's shut off right now, obviously, so I don't get backflow. Little concerned about backflow into the tank, but not really, considering what I'm going to be pumping out is just tank water anyway. So we'll see how that works. I'm going to probably take this hose off of here and go to just an elbow straight out through there and go straight up to get rid of that big kink in the hose. So that is the ATO and the saltwater mixing station, and that's all I got for now. I mean, there's lots. I've been doing tons of stuff. It's been quite an adventure, especially with those things, but that's a whole other story, because these Kessel AP700s were, let's just say, aged a year or two with the programming from these things. And it wasn't the programming. It turned out that I got another light. Whole other story. Thanks, Psychedelic Babe, for motivating me to do another video. It's been over a month and a half, I think, or something like that. So cheers. Thanks to everybody that new subscribes. Pass it on, share. I do as much stuff as I can, because I remember me in the beginning going through all of the hiccups, and it doesn't matter how much people tell you, there's still problems. There's always problems. But it's the journey, right? Sure it is. Sure it is. I want a smooth journey from now on. Anyway, talk to you soon. Cheers.